So I was been talking about this, man, that the Pittsburgh media is straight slanderous. They just put out anything for clicks. They're trying to create drama 24/7. And here we have it. Cameron Heyward, the captain of the defense, versus the Pittsburgh media. Here we go. Cam Heyward, according to Gerry Dulac, I believe he is still with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, didn't tell the Steelers about plan to skip OTAs, preferring podcast announcement, Dulac says. That is a bold-faced lie. Gerry Dulac, just because I don't answer your text doesn't mean I don't communicate with the team. You will not slander my name. And then here comes... Fuck, that was a video. All right, here's Mark Madden deciding to chime in. Gerry isn't lying. Cam's trying to save face. The athlete will always say what makes him look good because he knows marks like you will believe him. So F off. I'm glad marks like you. So F off. I'm glad somebody's speaking up about lying-ass Pittsburgh media. Mark Madden was caught lying about TJ Watt he came out and denied it. So how can you really sit there and say that you have a source and your source is correct, but coming from the person that you're reporting this shit about is denying this claim? How can you say your source is right, but not the person himself? And then when Tomlin came out yesterday in his first interviews in the OTA meetings, after the OTA meetings, before the OTA meetings, however he was interviewed, he was asked, how do you feel about Cam not being here for OTAs? He goes, this is a business at the end of the day. I prefer Cam Heyward not being here. We are in constant communication. I've actually talked to Cam Heyward 2 times today. The head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers came out yesterday, and said that he is in constant communication with Cam. And now Gerry isn't lying. Cam's trying to save face. The athlete will always say what makes him look good because he knows marks like you will believe it. Well, to me, it's you, Mark Madden, that just puts out slanderous garbage. You got fired from WCW for slander. Gerry Dulac has put out so many bogus reports throughout the year. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, there's been so many extensions that have been reported this offseason and so much reports that came out this season, and none of it has came true. None of it has came true all offseason long. So really, Pittsburgh media needs to be better. I mean, it's one thing to have an opinion. I could sit here and be like, well, Cam Heyward is 35. He's getting old. I don't know if he's really worth the money. And I mean, we can have an opinion and we can have a banter and we can have a debate about that shit. But for you to sit here and say that he's lying, Gerry isn't lying, when Cam came out and said it isn't true, when the head coach came out and said it isn't true, but somehow your inside source that you cannot put out there, that you can't even say who told you this, is telling the truth. The faceless guy that we don't know is telling the truth, but the 2 people that you're reporting on are coming out with a completely opposite story than what you're quote-unquote reporting. So, I don't know. I just had to get my take on this and just talk about this because the season's starting. I need some more content up. And Mark Madden is a bona fide, glorified, 100% slanderer. That's probably why he isn't on WPXI anymore. And, you know, that's why he got fired from WCW. Just look it up. I mean, look at some of the things this guy says. And then when I put a big picture of his fat face up on Twitter, he wants to sit there and cry victim and say I'm fat shaming him when I never said anything about him being a fat ass. I just put a picture of his fat ass and said, hey, do people really listen to this guy about athletics? Well, guess what, Mark Madden? Now I'm giving you a reason to be a victim, and now I am faming your fat, gluttonous pig ass.